Hallelujah to Jesus. Pastor Lewis is talking to someone. He says almost every one of his Christian friends he knew voted for Obama. How can you vote for someone who destroys the heritage of the Lord? Which is what? The fruit of the womb. I can understand unsaved people because they just are out for themselves and they just think, well, I'm going to vote for Obama and I'm going to get free health care. You're not even going to have a job because once they make the employee do that, he's laying you all off. You're going part-time. Oh, God, help us. It's about me. But I'm living by faith. They don't know the slightest thing what living about faith is. I don't have the slightest idea. Hebrews. I'm going to skip 1 Peter 1:19 and 20, and 1:2 about that sprinkling of the blood. I touched it a little bit. Maybe sometime we'll talk just about the sprinkling of the blood. Hebrews 9:26. There's prayer that brings God to blast open the foundations of the world. There's a work completed from before the foundations of the world. There's a glory from before the foundations of the world. There's a chosen in him from before the foundations of the world. There's a sprinkling of blood from before the foundations of the world. For then, Hebrews 9:26, stay with me now, just for a little longer, stay with me. Hallelujah. I don't know about you, I noticed whenever we were singing certain things, that sun would hit and come flying in here. I just felt the sun come flying in here. So I know we're going to something here. Suffered since the foundation. Now, for then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. Now listen, he has often suffered. Jesus has often suffered since the foundations of the world. What does that mean? It means apostasy has often grieved him. But now once, in the end of the world, has he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. Now here's what he's saying. Although I have suffered over the apostasy in all the different dispensations, my dying upon the cross has put away sin forever. And as the dispensation of the end of the age comes down, sin can be put away, and there is going to be a bright burning candlestick filled with the express image of the glory of the Father dwelling in us, Christ in us, the hope of glory. The work is completed from before the foundation of the world. But you see that the Lord has suffered often. You know, every time there's apostasy, the Lord suffers. You know that? Why does he come to John in Revelations 2 and 3? He's suffering. Why does he show up in the fire with at Samson's birth? Why does he show up at all these places? I'll read to you one more time. Oh, my page turned. Hebrews 9:26. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. He has often suffered. But now, once in the end of the world or the age, has he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. Now go to Luke 11. I want you to read something in Luke 11 that is astonishing. It was astonishing. I pray it will be astonishing to you. See, the fellowship of his suffering is that the church would remain in faith and not leave him. In 1147, this suffering that he has done since the foundations of the world, he says this in 1147, hear the suffering in Jesus. Woe unto you, for you build the sepulchres of the prophets and your fathers killed them. In the past I came to you in the prophet that spoke of Psalm 22, in the prophet that spoke of Isaiah 53, in the prophet that spoke of Daniel 9:24 through 27. One you sawed in half, one you threw to the lions, one you chased through the mountains in the wilderness. I've come to you before. I've suffered over you before. Woe to you, for you killed the prophets. Your fathers killed them, and you bear witness that you allow the deeds, or you are in agreement with the deeds of your fathers. For they indeed killed them, and you build their sepulchres. You build... I recently went down to Hillside, New Jersey. I went to my father's sepulcher, but as I was going around, I was taking a look, and I saw there was lots of gypsy sepulchres, and they were all polished up. And there was one where the guy had a Peel's beer. I don't know if anybody remembers Peel's beer. And he had his wife there, and they were like this, and they go, the best gypsy dancers of all North Jersey. And of course, they come there every Sunday to polish up the sepulcher. All right? George and Kitty, you know what I'm talking about. People will polish up. And here they're polishing up the sepulchres of the people who killed the prophets. Therefore also said, listen to this, therefore also said the wisdom of God. Now here's the wisdom of God that was with the Father, and it was before the foundations of the world. When the foundations of the world was laid, the wisdom was there. When the earth and the heavens were created, the wisdom of God. And now the wisdom of God is again speaking, saying, I will send them prophets and apostles. Some of them they shall slay and persecute. Listen to this. That the blood of all the prophets which was shed from the foundations of the world may be required of this generation.